Hi, everybody. How are you all? I'm reading all of your comments. Thank you so much for joining us on this live for the 2 words that are life-changing. Thank you to everyone on YouTube and thank you to everyone on Instagram. Welcome to everyone wherever you are. And I know you're all over the world because I've been reading all of your messages. You just don't want to miss this live because there are just so many good things coming up. You'll get a first ever glimpse of my new book, Canto to Riches, which I cannot wait for you all to get. If anybody is struggling with money, I cannot wait. We have some really, really great questions and answers, lots of tips, lots of practices, lots of new things. And I will be doing some appearances for book signings, even though I don't normally do that kind of thing. But I'm going to be doing it at 2 special places, and I want to tell you all about that. And if any of you are within a cooey of those locations, please come. And yeah, lots of great practices, amazing wisdom to help you manifest whatever it is that you want. So let's go. 2 words that will change your life. And those 2 words, of course, are thank you. I have written and spoken about gratitude over the years. Why? I do it because it's the fastest, the easiest way to increase the good in our lives in every single moment. And what I mean by that is gratitude increases our happiness, our finances, success, health, the love in our relationships, laughter, fun, good times, just the flow of life and the little things that happen in a day where it all just flows and you're in the zone. Nothing gets lost or broken, problems disappear. All the people you meet are nice, they're kind, they're helpful. And you live in a different world when you're brimming with deep, deep gratitude. And the reason is that when you're brimming with gratitude, you're on one of the highest frequencies that there is. And when you're on that frequency, you're in your natural state of being. On that same frequency is love. Therefore, everything you love and want to manifest is on that frequency too, along with happiness and joy. So, I mean, you've got it all on that frequency. No matter what is happening in your life now, no matter what has happened in the past or what is ahead, deep, sincere gratitude will turn your life around. To see your life change, it's necessary to practice gratitude each day until you see the change. And then you're going to need to do it on a maintenance level. But if something goes wrong, up the gratitude. I mean, that's what I do. So if there's something that's like not quite right or a little bit itchy, then what I do is I increase gratitude. In the morning before you get out of bed or while you're getting dressed is the best time because you do those things every day. So you want to incorporate gratitude in something that you do every single day. You will know, you will have the evidence that your gratitude is deepening to the level you want when you find gratitude and happiness sweeping over you multiple times in the day and the words thank you coming out of your mouth before you even know it. To get to a high state of gratitude requires not only your mind, it requires your heart. Engaging your heart is where the colossal forces of the universe are unleashed and pour so many good things into your life that it's breathtaking. So how do you engage your heart with your mind? It will happen naturally by itself when you reach a particular level and also when you follow the practices I'm about to give you. So you will get a feel of what high frequency and deep, sincere gratitude feels like. So first, everybody be with me now, get ready to do this. You want to be in a relaxed situation on your own. No, you're going to do the second one. The first one you can't do because you're watching the live. You want to be in a relaxed situation on your own. Close your eyes. Take the closest people in your life you're grateful for and tell each one of them all the things you're grateful for. Address each person out loud as though they are there with you. Keep doing it until you have tears or just feel this total melted feeling in your heart and all over your body. When you do this correctly, all resistance drops. Your mind becomes present and your body releases all of its resistance. You feel a peace spread over your body inside and out. This is a high frequency of gratitude, deep, sincere gratitude. Another great practice that I want you all to try and do with me now, it can be done at any time, is heart gratitude. So let me explain to you first, and then I'm going to show you how you do it. You say thank you as though the words are coming out of your heart. So you mentally send the words thank you down to your heart and out from there. So thank you is coming from here and it's going down to here and out. I find to say thank you on an exhale makes it easier. It might not come easily the first time. Once you get it, you've got it for life. And the more you practice it, the more you will feel it. But this is such a powerful practice that you can add to your gratitude, to your daily gratitude. You can do it any time to shift yourself immediately out of a sort of a slump, or something's happened that's kind of thrown you. You can do heart gratitude. So let me show you how I do it. Okay, so you don't have to close your eyes. You can get to a point where you won't need to close your eyes, but close your eyes if you want to, and then say the words thank you. And I'm going to say them out loud, but know the practice is saying them mentally. And so I take a breath. Thank you. Okay? So take a breath, and on the exhale, I'm saying, and mentally you're saying it. I don't want you to say it out loud. I'm just trying to give you the idea. So you take a breath and you have the words, thank you here, and you go, thank you. Okay, and you send it out of your heart. Now I'm going to do it without saying it because it's really hard to do it while saying it. So when you do it, I tell you, you will get the most tingly feeling all over your body, which I just got then. And why it's so amazing is it has all the resistance in your body leave. And resistance is the only thing that is standing between you and what you want to manifest. So this is such a good practice. It is really worth. I feel it. Great. Great. I'm really glad. So just practice that. So it's thank you and feel it coming out of your heart. Can you guys do it? Mm-hmm. You can do it. They can do it. They're tingly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now next, before we go to questions, I want to share something so exciting with you. We are now only 54 days to the release of Countdown to Riches. November 25 is the release date, and we're in October already. Can't believe it. Of course, if you're watching this live after that time, then Countdown to Riches will already be available. So what are you waiting for? One of the hardest things to do, I'm going to show you the book. I'm so excited. One of the hardest things to do is to believe you already have all the money you need, especially when you're struggling. And so in a financial pothole. And so Countdown to Riches helps you believe you have plenty of money now. And that's what you need to do to manifest anything. Like it's the biggest rule of all. You have to pretend you have it now. And that's when it manifests. You've got to believe you have it now. So every single word in this book, every practice, every graphic, every piece of art, and every one of the 21 days of incredible practices is to have you believe you have plenty of money. Because once you believe it, it absolutely must manifest. And it's, as you know, it's not our job to know how it will manifest. So this is actually a copy from the United Kingdom. It's not from the US, but I want to try it. It's really hard to kind of show you, but I want to this is the kind of book that even people who don't read, okay, will love it because you don't turn a page with masses and masses of writing. There is incredible graphics in here, some huge text of really driving home a message. And it is, I tell you, it is gorgeous. And the practices in here, like honestly, you could just take one of them and it would change everything. So, and it's full of these incredible practices, tried and true. I have used every one of them. So they work. So this is the beautiful, beautiful book. And I'm so excited for anybody who is struggling or has fear. Even if you have money and you're afraid of losing it, this book is incredible. So,
Can you say the name again for people to read?
Countdown to Riches, and the subtitle is 21 Days of Wealth Attracting Habits. Okay, so there's something in here. I'm not going to tell them yet, am I? Am I telling them? No, there's a surprise. There's a really big surprise. And the surprise is because I want this to work absolutely 100% for every single one of you. And the surprise is connected to this here. And it's never been done before. Never been done before in publishing. So it's so exciting. It's really, really, really exciting, this beautiful, beautiful book. So, UK, this is their copy. Thank you so much for sending. They're all set to go in November, on November 25.
I'm going to put the link up in Instagram and YouTube, so because people are asking, what book, where is it? So we're going to
Oh, okay.
I want to pre-order.
But it's
Okay.
But we'll send them to. They can go to The Secret.
You can go to The Secret. This is Nick talking. By the way, new father, remember? Atlas Miro. Atlas Miro. He's going to be so tall. Nick's tall. He's going to tower over Nick. How long is he now, Nick?
24 and a half inches.
24 and a half inches. How old?
Over 60.
How?
No, he's 10.
Oh, he's 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
And
He's 24 and a half. He's going to be, he's gorgeous. So gorgeous.
Okay, so I'm gonna pin it on YouTube. The link.
Okay, the link.
In Instagram.
The link is going to be pinned on YouTube, Instagram.
But I posted it in Instagram. But you can go to thesecret.tv.
You can go to thesecret.tv.
And then navigate to Explore.
And then go to the heading Explore, and then you'll see the drop-down Countdown to Riches. Okay? And it's also like Amazon and everywhere, right?
Yeah, it's on lots of booksellers.
Lots of
All
booksellers, Barnes and
that it's
Noble.
available on
Yeah.
are listed on the website, and all the countries where it can be pretty.
All of the countries are listed there too, but I'm going to tell you some of the countries right now. So,
Someone asked if it'll be in French.
yes, well, I'm going to get to you.
Lala.
Yes, I'm going to get to the French. Okay, so UK, you're set. You are set because it's coming out on the 25th. No. So in English, it will be released on November 25 in North America, United Kingdom, Australia, and on top of that, on the same day, will be the following languages: Czech, Dutch, Greek, Portuguese, Spanish, German and Polish editions come out about a week later after the 25th of November. In January will be French, Italian and Japanese. And the languages just keep coming. So if you check on our website for your language, you will find it listed there, and you will find out when you are going to be receiving it. And everybody, it doesn't matter what language you are, it doesn't, you get that special thing that's never been done before. That's going to seal the deal once and for all.
When can we tell them about that?
Well, I don't know.
About which?
About the
Special
code.
surprise.
They all want to
Maybe
know.
the next live.
Oh, the next live, that's a good idea. The next live, I'm going to tell you what you get,
Special gift.
that special thing with that code. You not only get the book, you get something else that is incredible. Anyway, we're really excited about it. I also want to tell you that I will be appearing for a talk and Q&A and to sign books at Godmother's Thursday, the 20th of November at 6 p.m. Godmothers is a gorgeous Divine bookstore in Summerland in California. If you are within a cooey of there, please come and see me. Then also, I will be at Barnes & Noble Saturday, the 22nd of November at 11 a.m. Where? The Grove in Los Angeles. And Kelly Noonan-Gores is going to be joining me there, and I'll be there for a talk and questions and answers and book signing. So if you're in California, please come along. Because I can only be in kind of one place is the reason I do this. Because, and the reason the team all work so hard, all the incredible graphics in this book, which are just to die for, you will know they're to live for, you will love it, absolutely love it. And Nick and Josh Headland are responsible for all of this incredible work in here. Sky also has worked incredibly hard on this book, editing. So the team are incredible. And in Australia, Paul and Glenda have done an amazing, amazing job as well, contributing. It's been a real team effort. It's been so wonderful. Okay, so I've got to stop rattling on today and get to the question. Get to questions. Whew. Okay, so questions. Ellie from Italy says, I cultivated gratitude, practiced it every day, and attracted much into my life. But at the height of my career and personal happiness, I got sick. Where did I go wrong? So you didn't go wrong. I just first started, I want to say that. The challenging aspect with getting sick is that if we have a belief that we can get sick, we're susceptible to it. And that is so tough, isn't it? Because ultimately the belief in sickness is the cause. Sickness is the result. It's super tricky for all of us because we're surrounded by all of that kind of thing. But it's one reason why we want to continue to be grateful for our health. It could have, Ellie, it could have been triggered by a family member or a friend who'd gotten sick and you sympathised with them, or you saw an advertisement and it held your attention, or maybe something stressed you and your frequency just dropped. You see, because gratitude, love and awareness are not on the same frequency as sickness. But I want to say to you, it's really tough to maintain that frequency all of the time. It is possible, but it is, something can happen and you can just dip and bingo. In the future, though, make sure you really lean on being grateful for your health, no matter what is happening now. Be grateful for your health as though you absolutely have it. And that will hold you in good stead. Gratitude does have the ability to keep you in good health as long as it's maintained. But we're in a physical world. We have a physical body and things, the physical body's impermanent. It doesn't last. And so some things can happen. It's just that if we're really positive and we're grateful, it really helps us a lot. It helps us a lot. I remember hearing in hospitals, doctors and nurses talking about the patients who recover the fastest, and the patients where miracles happen are the ones that are really positive and grateful. So that kind of gives us a clue, right? That has to be part of our life. And can I just add, because you mentioned awareness, that while the body may be prone to getting sick sometimes, who we really are can never get sick, age or die. I know that's taking it a little bit further, but it's important to say awareness, which can never get sick, age or die. And that's your true and eternal identity. The body is not your eternal identity. So I hope that helps, Ellie. Calvin from London, if you're grateful for what you have, but also visualizing what you want, doesn't that cancel out your manifestation? It's a good question, For instance, if I'm grateful for my current home, but visualizing my new home, when I'm doing gratitude, why doesn't it cancel out the new home? Also, does writing enhance gratitude, or is saying it in your mind good too? So firstly, gratitude doesn't cement you to the one place, such as keep you stuck in your home. Gratitude increases and expands your life. Resistance and not liking something cements you to it. Gratitude releases you and expands whatever you're grateful for. So remember, the spiritual teaching is those who have gratitude will be given more and they will have abundance. So visualization and gratitude is a double force for manifestation. Gratitude is important because it eliminates resistance, which can be a block and hold us to the one place. And in answer to your second question, there is power in writing down gratitude for sure. But try both at various times and see which one elicits the most gratitude. Switch it up because both are really good. Okay. Deb from Washington Coast. I have done very well with gratitude, but recently world events have caused some stress, and sometimes I find it difficult to find my peace of mind. I try not to read the news, but it's everywhere. I want to be able to find peace through gratitude and be able to send it into the world, but it seems farther away than usual. What can I do to get back for myself as well as for others? And, you know, this is a beautiful message. It's a lovely question, Deb, and I'm sure so many people feel the same way that you do. Have you read or listened to The Greatest Secret? Because it's a big step, but it does help release you from the mind. Because what is disturbing you at the moment is your mind. It's your thoughts about the world events. It's your mind's response to the world events. And it can be challenging to be tossed around like a cork on the ocean from the mind. There have been moments for me recently when I felt it too, but then I remember this is the mind, and the truth is no one dies, there's only eternal life. I know that's hard for many to comprehend, but when you've experienced that kind of level or an awakening, you absolutely know without a doubt. Most certainly the body stops, the human stops, but the being part of the human being never stops ever. And the being part is you. It's the you feel yourself to be. It's the part of you that never feels older, no matter how old you are. So the way to peace is to see the mind for what it is, a really great manifesting tool, so as to stop being tortured by it. Gratitude keeps the mind in check because it keeps us present, but we have to maintain it. If you see through the mind and its tricks and get on the other side of it, where you are the witness of it, then you will have peace no matter what is happening. Nami from San Diego. Sometimes the things I intend happen and others don't. Does being grateful play a part in receiving our intentions? Yes, gratitude helps everything and adds power to intentions, visualization, manifestation, and the list goes on. But as I said at the beginning of this live, the gratitude I'm talking about is deep, sincere gratitude. And you will know when you reach that frequency because you feel happy. Happiness is your guide, okay? I'm trying to make sure I pronounce people's names correctly. Iba from Zimbabwe. How can I sustain gratitude through difficult times? Your mind, a lot of people ask questions like this. So your mind is calling these times difficult. Can you see that? It's your mind that's saying, these are difficult times. And then when you believe that, it makes it worse. So don't listen to your mind, because believing your mind will make the times more difficult, which will affect you and pull you down. So beware of the thoughts in your mind. Be the one that is aware and don't get tossed around by the mind. The mind that actually does not know a single thing. It doesn't know anything. It's just a program. It's not an entity or anything, it's just a program. You are so powerful compared to the mind. If you don't empower the thoughts about difficult times and you find a way to practice gratitude, life will get easier, I promise. Rosie from California, how do you still manage to give gratitude and try to manifest when you are grieving and lost your job? Rosie, you do it because it will ease you out of the pain and grief. I want to share a story with you about my mother. My mother was in terrible grief when my father died very suddenly. They were the best love story I've ever witnessed. They fell in love with each other virtually at first sight, and they just loved being with each other all the time. After my father died, my mother was so grief-stricken. She actually didn't want to go on. It was not like my mother at all. And so I showed my mother how to practice gratitude, and she did it religiously. It lifted her right out of that grief, and she began to live. So many wonderful things happened. She came into a lot of money where before she had none. She told me that all these marks and moles disappeared from her body. She travelled, which was something she'd always wanted to do, but more than anything else, she was happy. All of this came from gratitude. It became her daily practice all day long. My mother mastered it, and because of her gratitude, she mastered manifestation too. So I hope that inspires you. So Diana from London, how do I remain focused on giving gratitude in a way that is meaningful and consistent? I find it frustrating that my gratitude practice does not lead to obvious results. Okay, so maybe just from this live, you're getting an idea of the high level of gratitude. You can try those two practices I gave at the beginning of the live. And you know what? When you're at that level, you couldn't say a negative thing if you tried. You are happy. Nothing really bothers you. You feel as light as a feather. You are so grateful for the air that you breathe. You are so grateful when you wake up that you have another day of life. This is gratitude. You're grateful for the sky, for the weather, grass, flowers, the trees, absolutely everything. Have you ever done the magic? Because I defy anyone that thinks they are grateful to follow the magic and do the practices in that book, because then you will know true gratitude. I know so many of you have done it, and when times get a bit rocky, they go back and do it again. Try it, Diana. I think you'll be really, really great at it. Alison from New York. I have a difficult time with gratitude when it comes to my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law. I realize I wouldn't have my husband if it weren't for them. However, they are both highly self-absorbed and very difficult to be around. So my energy changes when I'm around them, and thus my thoughts spiral from positive to negative. How can I raise my vibrational energy, maintain positive thoughts, and practice gratitude around them? So, Alison, you ready for this? Sit down and write out a list of all the things you're grateful for about your in-laws. Write down one thing after another until you feel a release of tension in your body and you feel light and happy. You already listed one thing in your letter. You wouldn't have your husband if not for them. So this is a challenging thing to do, but I'm giving you the fast track with your in-laws because let's face it, you have to find a way to get along with them. It doesn't mean you want them as your best friends, but that you make it your mission to get along with them without being affected by them. It's your mind that's telling you that they're difficult to be around. It's your mind that says it spirals from positive to negative. Do you see that? It's your mind saying that. It's your mind. So don't believe those thoughts. Don't believe or listen to any negative thoughts about your in-laws. They are in your life for a reason. I always say, and this can be challenging to hear, that the people who trigger us and bother us are our divine messengers. They're showing us the things we need to overcome and master. You should be able to maintain your frequency no matter who is around you. And so your in-laws are showing you that you have maybe a little more work to do. You can get there, I promise you. And when you do, you will wonder how it was that your in-laws ever bothered you, because you won't be able to see or feel it anymore. This is actually a message for everyone who wrote in with challenging relationships, saying it was really hard to be grateful for that reason. This is for all of you. I truly hope it helps you. Svetlana. What do you think, Tweets?
Yeah.
Svetlana. Okay. Svetlana from Germany. I feel difficulty, she says, experiencing gratitude for blessings in my life because I feel guilty towards my family members or friends who have been less fortunate. Guilt and feeling obligated accompany me my whole life and make enjoying it so much harder. Okay, so who is telling you to feel guilty and obligated? It's the thoughts in your head, right? And so why would you believe them to such an extent that you can't enjoy the blessings in your life? Everybody has the same opportunity for abundance. No one is excluded. Your family members and friends have the power to change things for themselves. They're incredibly powerful. And they're not your responsibility. We are each responsible for our own happiness and our own lives. Love them, bless them with all your heart, and enjoy your life. Verona from Albania. Wow, so cool. For manifestation to work, do we need to feel gratitude with our whole being? Or is it enough to just create positive energy? I honestly think we cannot have everything we want unless gratitude is a part of our lives. That would be like saying, do we have to love, or is positive energy enough? Because gratitude and love are the same. And the highest positive energy is on the same frequency as love and gratitude. So, and all the things you want are on that same frequency, along with happiness. So my answer is yes. You need to feel gratitude with your whole being. Francine from Jamaica. Gratitude, she says, gratitude has improved my life in magical ways. However, there's one aspect that feels challenging, and that is being in an environment of an abusive family member stroke narcissist. The situation is not as terrible as before, as I am wiser. Well, that's really good, you know. I'm firm with my boundaries, etc. However, some things still feel triggering and irritating. Can I raise and maintain high vibrations such as gratitude, living in such space? Okay, so I guess this person is living there. Francine, well done on your practice of gratitude. So how about you include the family member in your gratitude and look for things to be grateful for about that person? For a start, I'm grateful there's only one family member that left that can trigger me. I mean, that's pretty fantastic because a lot of people get triggered from family members. I'm so grateful that gratitude has changed my life so much. I'm so grateful that I know what to do with gratitude. I know how to handle this situation. I can do it. I've been really successful at it before. I'm grateful that this person is teaching me to embrace the opposite qualities, such as generosity, kindness. And I know that this person must be suffering greatly from a lack of self-worth. I am so grateful for my tolerance, patience, and compassion. I am overflowing with all three. And I absolutely know, Francine, that you're going to do it. I know it. And then once you've done it, then you know that family member, you're just going to think, what was it about that family member that really bothered me? They don't affect me anymore. So... Ties from Brazil. Wow. How can I practice gratitude every day, even when life feels stressful? You practice it because you want to be free of the stress. Stress is negative thinking and it's fear-based. And gratitude helps prevent negative thinking. You have to get off the frequency of stress, and gratitude honestly is the easiest, fastest way to do it. So use gratitude and you will not feel the stress. And when you do feel some stress, immediately do some practice of gratitude. The Magic has 28 practices, incredible practices of gratitude in it. So it continues to be a huge bestseller. All of the reviews from that book, everybody says the same thing. It works. Okay, Lindsay from New York. How can I practice gratitude to receive my perfect partner? I'm trying to be grateful for the relationships in my life, such as friends, but how can I speed up the process? Ooh. Okay, so wanting to speed up the process maybe got a little resistance in it, but be grateful as though your perfect partner's already here, right? Really use your imagination and make believe your partner's already with you to the point where you feel as though they are. Be grateful for all the things about your perfect partner that you love. Remember, you have to believe you already have what you want. You've just got to. There's absolutely no other way around it. No matter what you want to manifest, you have to own it, own it, own it in your mind like it is here. And then it will be here. Okay? Own it in your mind to manifest it. Finn from the UK. I try and implement gratitude into my day every night just before bed when journaling. I sometimes struggle to feel what being truly grateful feels like, if that makes sense. Okay. I've lost my place. Basically, when I say I'm grateful for, I sometimes struggle to feel actual gratitude about it or know if that is what I'm actually feeling. I get it. Some days you can feel gratitude more than others. Finn, can you try the 2 practices I gave at the beginning of the live? These practices really work, and I think they're going to help you incredibly. If you can master the thank you through your heart, you can use it at all times. When I do it, immediately I feel my body release all tension and I become peaceful. So, Madeline from France, pardon me, which practice from the magic would you use daily to manifest more powerfully? I'll tell you my favorite practice. I mean, I love all of the practices, but remember the magic is one of my favorite practices because you have to go back over yesterday and remember all the things that happened that you're grateful for. And when you do this, you're looking for all the good things in your day. So you can choose which ones, hi, Mike. So you can choose which ones are the ones that you want to be grateful for. So it's so good because it has us focused on all the good things. And I love it too because every day is different. So you just don't get bored. And that's one of the things with gratitude. You know, you're being grateful for the same people in your life over. And so remember the magic, which is one of the practices, is absolutely fantastic. And I was going to get a copy of the magic here and I didn't do it. I forgot. So just imagine, here it is, the magic. Eva from United Arab Emirates. I'm so global today. I say words of gratitude, but inside my feeling is so strong that I don't mean it. And same way when I pray for anything or want to manifest anything, I get a stronger feeling that I will not get it and don't deserve it. Eva, I think so many people, including myself, have had that same experience very early on when you're practicing, because all those things that come up, that's in your subconscious mind. Okay, they're just coming up all the time. And that's giving you a clue that you need to override it. So you have to do the practice, the gratitude practice, for a longer time each time. And when you do it for longer, it will get you in the end. When we were making the Secret film, my sister and I would each do gratitude before we got out of our beds in the morning until we had tears in our eyes. Tears were our evidence that we'd reached the ultimate level. That will give you an idea. Tears is something to go by for evidence that it's real and sincere. Some days it would take me way more than 15 minutes to get tears. Other days it would take me a minute or two. It just depended on my frequency at the time. But that's a really good gauge for you and everyone. So I hope that helps you. Rana from the United Kingdom. Rana. I love gratitude and find it so easy to practice. Thank you. Yay! My husband and daughter are both autistic and find it so hard to make believe and be grateful for things when they don't feel this way. Many autistic people find any form of lying almost impossible. Do you have any advice? Wow, Raina, I had no idea that could be the case with autism. So I would put images all around the house of what your daughter wants and what your husband wants. Put them on the refrigerator, mirrors, walls, or create, a really big vision board. And that's it. That's all you have to do, because their subconscious mind will constantly see the images without them having to do a single thing. And that's what needs to happen. The images need to get into the subconscious mind. So just do that. Try that. Please let me know how it goes, because I'd love to know. Gronya from Ireland. I find it difficult to be grateful for my home as it is in need of so much work. It's the perfect location for us, but unfortunately I just can't afford the repairs. I know I'm blocking any good for the house because of my negative thoughts. How can I change that? Well, it's great that you know that. So okay, so just don't dwell on this, but just briefly for a second, think of people in worse off situations than yourself. Those who are homeless, those in hospital, those who just lost their homes, and then think about your house and how lucky you are to have it. You must hold in your mind where you want to be, not where you are. And this is the case for everyone who wants to manifest. Focus on where you want to be. Pretend you have the house as you want it to be, which is the house fully repaired. You just have to do it, because if you continue to have negative thoughts about your house, as you know, nothing will ever change. You can do it. And on top of that, surely you can now find lots of things to be grateful for. Let me give you an idea. Does your house have a roof? Does it keep you dry when it rains? Because it rains a lot in Ireland. Does your house have a kitchen, running water, electricity and gas? Does light come into your house through windows? Do you have a floor? You're not standing on the dirt, right? You see, there are so many things to be grateful for. We can so easily bypass the simple things that are essential for us in our lives. They are the most beautiful things to be grateful for. And you know what? If you haven't done the magic, Gronya, I would highly recommend it, because then before you know it, you'll be all set with your house. So
The magic book,
the magic book,
which is 28 days of...
which is 28 days of gratitude practices.
Yeah.
Guys, just give it. You can come in
Because
here.
when you say the magic, people will say, well, what's the magic?
Oh,
So,
okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you can come over here and say that
I
on
know,
chat.
stay right there.
Posted the link
Nick's posting the link in the YouTube description box
in the chat.
Yeah. in the chat. Okay, so you've all got it.
All on the secret website.
Or on the secret website, you'll find it there. So it's the magic book, and it's 28 incredible gratitude practices, and it covers every subject. It doesn't matter if it's relationships, if you're stressed about the world, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's health, if it's money, it doesn't matter what. Those 28 practices cover everything, and it is a total meltdown. It is just every bit of resistance leaves your body. It's really something. Femke from Belgium. I'm usually grateful for the things I get, and I get the things that I want when I feel the gratitude intensely. That is so great. But with certain things, mostly big things, it seems not to work. Why is that? And what can I do to make that really big thing happen? The reason is that you have difficulty with the big things. It's because you have resistance around those big things. And the resistance simply means you don't believe you can have it. You believe it's too big. It's going to take too long. But you can have it. You can have the big things. There's no difference between manifesting a coin as $1 million. But our mind says one is a lot bigger. And if we believe it, bingo. So how about you pretend that the big things are actually really, really small. They're tiny. Reduce the big things in your mind to tiny, tiny, tiny. Because in truth, compared to the universe, right, they are so small. Tol from Israel. How can I be grateful for difficult times? I know that they are for my highest good and learning in the school of life. But sometimes I'm struggling with being grateful. Well, Tor, can you be grateful for the good times? Because I would suggest you do that. Be grateful for the best times ever. Just go back over your memory and remember all of the times that were so good. Because in truth, there's no such thing as difficult times. Do you know that the times in my life that were the most challenging and the most difficult are the times that my life catapulted forward? For example, I want to tell you something because I hope this will inspire you. I had 2 daughters in private school and I got fired from my job. If I had not gotten fired, I would never have started my own company on a plastic garden table and chairs in a covered over patio with zero money. I started my own production company and then discovered the secret and made the film about it. So you see, from the most difficult time came something incredibly wonderful that I was able to share with the world. Bless the executives who fired me. I am so grateful to them because none of us would be here now on this live if it wasn't for that moment in my life. So you see, and I think, many people will talk about that as, especially when you're a long distance away from the difficult time and you can look back and you can see how your life changed from that difficult time. So have faith that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Iris from Brazil, I love the book, The Magic, and its daily practices. However, I don't have much time in the mornings and I've been skipping some days. Would it still work if I do the practices at night before going to sleep and then read what I wrote again in the morning? Of course, that's fine. You do it. That way, it'll work. That's perfect. Go for it, Iris. Pardon me. Amanda from Indiana says, I found The Secret 10 years ago on Netflix and watched it. And me and my husband's lives went from both being unemployed, living with his parents, and life improved greatly. I got a better paying job and he figured out what he wanted to do, and a company randomly found him. We moved in to a great apartment with our daughter and life was amazing. However, we moved back into his parents' home to help take care of them, and I feel like things have progressively gotten worse. Our relationship, financially, and stress, all. How would you restart your gratitude journey? I keep trying, then the next day something else happens and it keeps throwing me off. So how would you begin to turn it all around again? Oh, gee. Amanda, the problem, here's the problem here, but it's not a problem you can't overcome, but I can see that when you moved back into your husband's parents' home, your mind came up with memories of the struggle of what your life was like when you lived there previously. So perhaps you didn't notice it, but your mind was throwing up these subtle thoughts of memory of how difficult it was, and they started to creep in and come back, and one by one they've kind of begun to take root. So you do need to stop this momentum for sure right away, and it's not hard to do. I would really highly recommend you use the practices I gave at the beginning of this live. I can just tell you will be amazing at them. Watch The Secret again to inspire you. Read a paragraph from the book each day or listen to a little piece in the audio book. And for the no-fail guarantee, I would do the magic book. It works all the time and will put you on a high frequency. It's 20, as I said, it's 28 days of practices, but you can see the difference in your life super quickly, like even after a couple of days. I would also visualize everything in your lives being amazing again, effortless and easy. And you've got all those happy memories from the good times. Just milk them, okay? All the best, Amanda. I hope it goes really well. Hannah from Canada. My question is about relationships that I attract in the workplace. It's always the same. I get a new job and I feel really grateful. And at the beginning, it feels like everything is moving forward. But somehow someone starts to feel uncomfortable with me and start making everything to make me leave. Am I not being grateful enough, or is it my energy that is attracting people who don't like me? I would just, Hannah, just take a little notice in your words that you said, relationships in the workplace, it's always the same. And the genie says, your wish is my command. Your subconscious mind is doing this, and that is what you have to change. So Hannah, in The Secret film, there's a segment about a man who was bullied at work and everyone hated him. His life was dismal, but a teacher taught him to visualize what he actually wanted, which was the exact opposite to what was happening. He visualized, and the result was that everything changed. It's the most miraculous story. You really need to tune into it. If you haven't seen The Secret film, it would be really good for you to take a look, because it's a similar situation as yours in the workplace. But I can tell you, his was way, way worse. You have to visualize what you want. You have to see yourself loving every minute at work, laughing with your work colleagues, having lunch with them. And you have to visualize this over and over to erase the belief in your subconscious mind. Fleur from India. When I practice gratitude, I usually am confused if I should be grateful for the things I already have or the things I want to manifest. This is a good question. What do I do exactly? And if I really want to manifest something really huge, what should be the initial steps to it? Practice gratitude for both what you have and what you want. You can't go wrong. But for what you want, be thankful that you have received it before you have it. There's no huge or tiny, as I said before. It doesn't exist for the law of attraction. Treat the thing you think is huge and treat it as tiny. It's just your mind saying it's big. Is your really huge thing as big as the Taj Mahal? Is it bigger than all the airports and jets in India? Is it bigger than the population of India? So in other words, whatever it is, it's tiny. It's like a speck of sand. Go manifest it, Fleur. Alina from London. When I practice gratitude for everything in my life and manifest future business and income, I sometimes feel fear in my subconscious that I could lose the money or have it taken away. How can I manifest financial abundance without carrying this fear? Pardon me. The fear is coming. Alina. I didn't say your name correctly. Alina, the fear is coming from your subconscious mind. So you do have fear of failure locked away in there. And to remove the fear, you must think thoughts of more success, more abundance, more success, more abundance, more success, more abundance, until the fear disappears. The fear got in there through thoughts of lack. And you know what? It's not your fault. It's the world that's full of that thinks lackful thoughts. And so the way to reverse it is simple. Plenty of thoughts of plenty. Plenty of thoughts of plenty. Also, Countdown to Riches is going to be amazing for you. You can buy a copy or grab a copy from a library. You don't have to pay out any money. You can grab a copy from a library, and it's fantastic. So, Hansika says, I practice gratitude. Hansika from India. I practice gratitude daily, sometimes in my journal, sometimes through the app. On some days, which app is she talking about? Do you think?
Daily teachings, money.
What app do you think she's talking about? She practices gratitude through the app. Is that which app would that be?
Super app.
Super app, okay, because I know some people might ask. Okay, the super app is free, and yeah, gratitude's in that, right? On some days when I list everything I'm grateful for, the feeling is less intense, though I am truly grateful. Other times I feel so moved that I tear up while writing. Does this difference in intensity affect my manifestation journey? You know what? I think the most important thing is consistency with gratitude. Some days you'll feel it more intensely with tears, other days you won't. But keep doing it. And remember, manifestation is just one belief away. And that belief says you already have it. So be grateful for it because you already have it, right? We're almost at the end, guys. Catherine from Korea. I've successfully manifested many things, including my dream job. I just love, thank you so much for sharing all these things with me, by the way, everybody. Write in, they tell me all the things they've manifested. For my dream partner, I've written detailed qualities, keep a gratitude journal, and act as if he's already here. However, when my family or friends bring up finding love, it feels contradictory to my beliefs. How can I use gratitude more specifically to manifest my soulmate? If they bring it up, I would just say he's on his way. And the reason it's taking a little bit of time is because he's incredible, right? I've seen it in my mind, and he is something else. Okay, so you're a great manifester, Catherine. But do you really feel as though your perfect partner is here with you now? Or do you feel that he's still not here with you? Because the moment you believe he's here now, he manifests. It's tricky, I know, it's so tricky. But you probably have a lot of thoughts without realizing it that he's not here. For example, when you go out, when you buy food just for you, when you travel, when you do all the daily things you do. I'm not suggesting you spend money anywhere, but I am suggesting that as much as you can with every little thing you do, imagine your soulmate is right here with you in your mind. Imagine it in your mind. Have him alive in your mind, filling your life and each day, and he will appear, and be incredibly grateful that he has appeared just as you imagine before he appears. Okay? Be grateful that he has appeared as though he was here before he appears. And Catherine number 2 from Singapore says, I've been practicing gratitude daily since March 23. I didn't feel any feelings when I first started out, and it took at least 1 year before I could understand the significance of its power as tears rolled down my cheeks. Wow, that's a while. My question is, do we write down the things that we are grateful for from yesterday, or can we repeat the same 10 items or more? I tend to mix them up and include a combination. Now, which is better? Thank you. Look, as I've said, whatever elicits deep feelings of gratitude is the best. Some days you'll need to make it very different. Some days it can be the same. You are simply using these things, and that's the idea of the magic book as well. You're using these things to create the feeling to be as deep as possible. You know exactly what I mean because you've done it. So do whatever has you feel deep gratitude. All of the practices are great. The magic book has 28 gratitude practices in it. It's a guaranteed life changer. So, okay. Now, Lollipop. Lollipop May. How can you, from YouTube, how can you feel real gratitude when you're really going through a tough situation like poverty? I know it is difficult, but I can tell you I was in that exact same situation, because when I started out with The Secret, I was in so much debt. I had a team of people that I needed to make the film, and I was being crunched from every direction. I cannot begin to tell you. I just had credit cards to the max. I took out an overdraft on my company. I mortgaged my home. I mean, I had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to breathe. And I just kept on going. But I can tell you, I practiced gratitude over. I had thoughts of abundance over. I would walk down the street and I would breathe. I would first of all get myself super grateful so that all the resistance had gone from my body. And then I would walk down the street and I would just say, abundance is everywhere. I'm breathing in abundance. I would do all of these things It is possible. You know, I have done it. You have the power to do it. You do. You have the power and you can do it. Just little step at a time at a time. If you can get the magic, or if you can maybe, how can she contact us so we could send her a copy of the magic?
Someone on YouTube, yes.
Someone on YouTube,
What's
Nick.
that, sorry?
Could they write someone on YouTube write to into our website?
So
Just
we
to
could
them
send her a copy of the magic. She's in a really tough
Who is it?
Lollipop
Lollipop May. How would we get her details? Lollipop May, for a start, could you write to the secret.t? Could you go to contact, write a letter to contact us? The secret.tv is, yeah?
Yeah.
And contact us and say that, talk about the live that I did and that you were asked to write in because I said I wanted to send you a copy of the magic book.
What's
So,
her-
I'll try and write to her. Yeah.
okay. And what about the other one, the
Oh,
other
yeah,
person?
another question here.
We have one last question from guys. I'm so grateful to all of you for joining us. You're the best. Hocus Pocus
Focus Pocus on YouTube.
on YouTube. What is better, positive thought or no thought? I love that question. Sky knew I would love that question. No thought is better. No thought. No thought is better. Yep. No thought. But, you know, the way to get to no thought is to get a control of the mind, positive thought. It's exactly the way I did it. I know that it works. You have positive thoughts and then you can take the step to no thought. And that is so much happiness, so much peace, so much. Thank you so much for that question.
When's the next live?
The next live is going to be in
We haven't talked about it.
yeah, we got to work out the date. It'll be about
Late October probably, right?
oh, it might be late October, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Late October?
Probably, yeah. It's going to be like 3 to 4 weeks from now, right?
Do people like Thursday? This is a Thursday.
Yeah,
usually do a Tuesday.
yeah, we usually do Tuesday and we're doing Thursday. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of difference because you can always watch the replay, but I love having all of you here with me. Yeah, let us know which day you like better.
Can we also mention
Yes.
to everyone on Instagram and YouTube that this live will be replayed on the secret YouTube channel?
Okay, this live will be replayed on the Secret YouTube channel.
The Secret by Rhonda Byrne.
How
Secret.
quickly will it be up, S?
Pretty much right after the live finishes, it gets posted,
Okay,
and then you'll be able to do translations and subtitles will come a little bit later, but they'll be up as well.
okay, so pretty well after the live it gets posted, so a few minutes after the live.
Especially because a lot of people were asking about the magic gesture, thank you practice that you did at the beginning, and
Are they getting that?
Well, they were asking about doing it again because they missed it or something. So it's all be in the replay.
Yeah, so I'm just going to quickly tell you again for that practice. I always inhale and I push the heart. Thank you. The heart gratitude. I inhale and then I push. I like do this push-in feeling of the exhale down here through my heart, and I'm basically visualizing the words coming out or the sound coming out. So I'm like. So you see, I like push, thank you. Thank you, through my heart. You do that a few times and then you could get like this tingling feeling around your heart. And the heart math group say that is a crystallization of the heart. And it's really wonderful thing. So if you do get that like tingling around your heart, it is crystallization of the heart. So I know somebody wrote in and they said they get this really strong feeling in their heart when they do gratitude, that's a crystallization of the heart, according to Heart Math Institute. So, okay, well, we're done. We are done. It's been so great to be with you today. Thank you very, very much. Thank you to the team. Katie May, thank you. Nick George, new father, thank you. Sky, extraordinaire, daughter, here. Thank you. In Australia, Paul Harrington and Glenda, and to all my friends, thank you so, so much, who always send me messages saying all the best for the live. Thank you for thinking of me. I love you all so much. Very exciting. We're getting close. See you soon. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you for joining the Secret Live Q&A. We are so grateful for your support. For even more life-changing content on the power of manifestation, make sure to subscribe to the Secret YouTube channel and connect with us on your favourite social media platform. Ready to dive deeper into the Secret teachings? Visit us at thesecret.tv to explore further. May the joy be with you.